Hello, everyone. Welcome to Busy Lizzie's Budget. I am so happy and thankful that you're here wanting to spend some time with me today. And Diego wants to say hi. Go ahead. Up. Okay. Diego's, I guess, wanted to say hi as well. Can you say hi? Show me your cute little face. You got to be careful because there's a candle. Can you say, hello, everybody? No, you can just kiss my face. Okay. Anyway, I just wanted to say welcome. And this is going to be such a fun video because it's going to be a huge cash stuffing video. I don't know, but I don't think I have ever done one with this much money. So this is such a blessing. This is only happening because it's the end of the year and some other things. So part of the reason why this stuffing is going to be so large is because, Diego, you have to stop kissing me so I can talk. I'm going to have to put you down if you don't stop. Is because when we did my video on the first Friday of the month where we counted all of the finished savings challenges, we saved so much, but we didn't reallocate it all then and there. So that is why instead of my monthly video being around $1,500, it's going to be $5,000. So that is why it is so large. And also part of the reason why it is all the way up to 5,000 is because this month I'm not having as many cash stuffing videos. I'm going to have some videos at the end of the month where, Diego, I can't concentrate when you're kissing my face. We're going to have some videos where we talk about goals and things like that. Sorry, Diego, you're going to have to get up. You're making me lose my train of thought. Sorry, buddy. I'll let you know when I'm done. So anyway, this is such a huge stuffing. If you're new, I do not normally stuff this much each month. So I just wanted to let you know that. And I am just so grateful and blessed we're able to do this. So we are going to, let's see. First of all, if you were here before and you've seen this rock, go ahead and put a bird emoji in the comments. I want to know who was here when I was buying rocks once every month or so, a couple months, and that was kind of holding my binders open back then and things like that. I'm curious. So if you were there back then, put a bird emoji. But anyway, I forgot I had that. I pulled that out of kind of storage, and we are going to go ahead and make sure this is 5,000. I'll be honest, I did not count it at the bank. I should have, but I was in a rush. And because I'm a regular, they are okay with not counting it back to me. They know if for some odd reason it's wrong, when I get home, I will tell them or their drawer would be off, and they know I'm not going to complain. So anyway, we definitely need to count this and make sure it is 5,000. So let's start right away with doing this. So we'll start with the 100s. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 30, 31, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. $3,700. I think it goes in this one, and I'm going to move the candle because I don't want any of this money to go on fire. So we're at 3,700. So 50, 38, 50, 39, $54,000. And then, hold on, this is hard counting this high, and I'm not complaining. So we have 4,000. So this all should be one more thousand. So let's see, 51, 52, 53, 54, 55. So 500, 20, 40, 60, 80, 600, 20, 40, 60, 87, 20, 40, 60, 80, 800. Diego, really? 820, 840, 860, 880, 900, 950, 960, 970, 980, 990, 990, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 1,000. So that is $5,000 we are going to be stuffing. So I'm just going to keep this off to the side so that you can see a little bit of it. And this screen, again, looks so dark, but Maybe because it's dark outside, but I don't know. We're going to roll with it. Addie just made me some hot chocolate, so I'm going to have my hot chocolate, and you guys, we're going to have fun watching me stuff this money. And disclaimer, when I'm done stuffing this video, I'm then going to go to the bank and deposit most of this money back. But for sake of this video, I did withdraw it. And then after this video is done, any envelope that... Diego, really? You haven't played with that toy all day, and then when I'm filming, you have to pull it out? Really? Sorry about that, you guys. This video is proving to be very hard to film, and it's 4 o'clock. I don't ever film this late, but we're going to get this done. I hope it turns out okay. But any envelope in any of these binders that has over 500, I will take that amount I will take it out in amounts in increments of 500, and we will put placeholder bills in there. So this money is not staying in my house. Don't worry. Okay, so go ahead. I know this video is not going to be that long, but go ahead if you want and get a cup of something warm and join me. Also, let me know what the temperature is where you live, because here it is. Last night, Matt went out to the store at like 6 o'clock p.m. and it was 10 degrees. It is so cold here. Side note, my mom sent me something in the mail, and this was probably a pad of paper I had when I was younger. But anyway, I even saved like, it just says, Liz, thank you. Here's the check for Max's gift. Love, Mom. And I just have it out on my desk. It makes me think of my mom and smile. And she does like to include things sometimes in mail. And she sent me this picture. I think it's super cute. There is a white fleck of something. I can't get off the picture and I didn't want to ruin it, but I'll give you a little bit of a closer up. Yes, this was me when I was 2 years old, and she did write that it was, wait a second. Oh, no, she didn't write. It says Kodak, and Kodak said that this was printed November of 84. So this was when I was 2 years old, because I was born in January of 82. So this was like a couple months before I turned 3. So anyway, she sent me that. Matt got a kick out of it. So I just put it up against something on his dresser. Who are we kidding? He doesn't even have a dresser. Our room's so small, but his area of my dresser. Anyway, I thought I would share that with you. I thought you guys might get a kick out of that. And now we are going to go on to our stuffing. So again, this was a lot of money to stuff. I wasn't exactly sure what to do with all of it, but because we're right at the end of the year, as soon as, not as soon as the new year starts, but I'm going to make a plan for my sinking funds for 2025, and I may not have all 3 of these binders. I may have 2 binders. I may have 1 binder. They might look different. They might not be these exact binders, but I haven't figured out what's going to work best for me. I am going to change some of these things up because some of these categories I don't really use, and so I just want to make my videos and my cash stuffings efficient. And so things will change. So if I do get rid of some categories, then the money that was stored in those will get reallocated. So I wasn't too worried about where I put this $5,000 as long as I put it in savings and I didn't spend it. So we're going to go ahead and now we're going to move right along to the actual stuffing part. So I don't know, you guys. I think I'm going to move this candle out of the screen. It just scares me, to be honest. Okay. So we're going to start with this binder, and this is my bills binder, all of my bills that are not monthly. So I save each month the amount I would need to save for each month. And so I have already written these in. I am going to try to do this the Sav Saves way and not have to move the binder. And I'm just going to try to put the money in this way. So we'll see if it works, but we are adding $150. So as you can see, we now have 300 in here, like it says. So I did go ahead and update the trackers a couple days ago. And yeah, that actually worked out pretty good. Okay. So for property taxes, we are not putting in anything. And that is because without putting in anything else, just based on November, we had $3,000 and the bill came in and I just paid it. Oh, that's so good, you guys. Okay. So I paid that bill, and then because the bill is paid and we had enough in there to pay it, we don't have to make a payment for December. So I don't have to stuff in anything right now for the December bill because the December bill's already paid. So that means we had an extra $500 to stuff. So I think you guys can see where that number went from 1,500 to 5,000 because of all these things I'm mentioning. So we're not adding anything into property taxes today. It is 0. And because we withdrew 3,000, even though we're adding 5,000, my grand total is going to be 3,000 less. And now you know why, in case I forget by the end of this video. Okay, we are also not stuffing Subaru registration. I found out that it was only going to be $168. So I withdrew all the extra. And funny enough, the bill is about $170 and I had $170 extra. So just for one whole more year of my car depreciating, I got the registration amount went in half of what it was last year. So I already took away that $170 and probably put it towards something else. I don't even know. But we do not have to add anything in this today either. So we're going to skip those. For Sleep Number Bed, we are going to add $100 to this. So let's see how much we have. So oops, that should go on top. So we have 500 in the bank and then 657, 750. Oh boy. If you know, you know. 770, 790, 810, 830, 850, 870, 890, 900. Okay. So $900. And I also wanted to say, now we're done with this binder, but I also wanted to tell you guys, I was watching my friend Savannah over at Sav Saves. I'll link her in this video. And she was, I forget what the video was called. It'll be easy to find though. It was in the past week or two, and it was one of her videos. She's doing Savmas, which is a video every day in the month of December. And it was about totally redoing her budget. And that gave me so much insight, or just it gave me so much freedom to go ahead and switch things up for my sinking funds for next year. I still don't know exactly what I'm going to do, but it definitely helped me out a lot. Excuse me, I'm trying to drink this hot chocolate before it gets cold. Okay, so I decided, even though I met my goal and my emergency fund is at 10,000 for the year, I decided that since we have so much extra money, I want to put 1,000 toward my emergency fund, because honestly, we should always be adding to savings if we can. So I decided we're going to add 1,000 to this. So let's count out 10. I'm going to go slow. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Oh, that was a good guess. Okay, so now we have 10,000 and the 1,000 in cash. So we have 11,000 total. And then this is what, if you're new, what I was meaning by after this video, I'm going to put in placeholders or prop money. Since this is $1,000, when this video is over, I'm going to get one of these bills that say 1,000, put it in here, and then go to my bank right after this video and deposit $1,000 into my savings account that is called emergency fund. So anyway, that is the plan. And thankfully, my bank is open late, and we're going to move on to the next one. So now we have Roth IRA, and I haven't been updating this because we're working on a savings challenge binder. However, I wanted to, because I wanted it to represent the amount we have toward the IRA. So I hadn't updated it in a long time. So it said we only had 4,551 saved toward the IRA, which is not true, because we have, let me grab my tracker, I can see it. We're using this tracker from Candy at Stuff and Budget, and I went through that $2,500 retirement savings book from Lizzy at Boy Mom Loves to Save, and I counted every envelope, and we only have, let's see, $800 left to save. So even though that's in the form of cash and it's not deposited into my IRA yet, I wanted to write down how much we actually physically have saved for it. So I added in $1,649, which would put us at the $6,200 for the IRA, because we can max it out at $7,000. So we don't actually put any cash in this right now, but when that savings challenge binder is complete, that will get deposited into my bank and I will have it transferred to my IRA. So let's go ahead and we'll keep going. We're on to deductible. Even though this is already past 1,000, I like the idea of still adding to it because I have a vehicle, Matt has a vehicle, my son has a vehicle, my son has a motorcycle. And even though he pays for most of his own stuff, sometimes, like if he were to get into an accident or something, we might have to lend him the deductible money. So I don't know. Also, I like the idea of we probably have a house insurance deductible. So I just want to keep going. So we're going to just keep adding 50 like we do every month. And let me check. I have a chart in front of me, but let me check. I think it's a $50 bill. Yes, it is. Okay. I just tried to get the biggest denominations possible. So we have 1,000 in the bank, and then we have 50, 70, 90, 100. So we have $1,100 total toward deductible. Okay, my wrist might look awkward, but I think I'm getting the hang of putting in the money without turning the envelope. Okay, and then travel, we are going to put in $550, and that will bring this up to 3,000, which I think is really exciting. So let's go ahead and I normally wouldn't put so much toward travel, but again, since we had a good chunk to work with, I figured this was the time to do it. So let's see, we need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 550. And what else was I going to tell you guys? I don't know. So let's see, we have 1,000, 2,000 in the bank, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 50, 10. Or 1,000. So we have 2,000, 3,000. Okay, sorry. I don't think I said that right, but we do have 3,000, 1,000 in cash and 2,000 in prop bills. So now we're up to 3,000 for travel. And Matt and I had never gotten on a plane and gone somewhere alone without kids. So we are interested in doing that for just a few days. But we also thought about doing another really nice vacation with the kids since Max is going off to college. So I don't know what we're going to do, but I want to be able to help contribute toward that. Okay, so that is it for this binder, because here's the money for Addie and Max. But we're doing binders for them. And then when we finish those challenges, we're transferring the money into here. And we don't have any to transfer right now because on the video, I did it. And it was it Addie's, I believe? Yes, I already did it in the video. So we already added that. So now we're going to go to the last binder here, or the last sinking funds binder. And the rest of the money is going into this binder. Tell me what your favorite drink is. I do love hot chocolate, and I'm not big on, the only hot drink I really don't like is tea. I wish I did, but I really don't like tea. Okay, so in here, we're going to start off with post office, and we're going to give that $100. It always gets cleared out, especially around Christmas time. I end up shipping out a lot of stuff. So 20, 40, 60, 80, 100. And I like the smaller bills because the post office does not have change if you give them a 50 or 100 usually. So that will go in there. And then gifts, we're going to do 150. I never have enough for this either. So let's see how we did this. So for gifts, I did 2 50s and then 2 20s and a 10. So let's just make sure 100, 20, 40, 50. Okay. So we'll put that in there. Oops, we will not put that upside down. No. I actually just the reason I'm filming so late is I had a lot of Etsy stuff I wanted to work on this morning. And then my daughter had a basketball game with Unify, the handicapped kids at school. And so I wanted to go watch. And it's just so neat. I just love the program, how the helpers will get the ball down the court and then they will pass it to whoever's really turn it is to shoot. So it's just so nice. I love it. Okay. Hair, we need to start putting money into again. So we're just going to put in two $50 bills right now for $100. Now, I do have another appointment, but it's not, I made it the day of my last appointment and it was for exactly 2 months. So that'll be more than twice enough to cover if I just get a trim. But I'm not sure what I want to do yet. So we put 100 in hair. So that is plenty. Okay. So I have been getting so many texts from my son saying, Mom, I had to buy this for college. I had to pay for this. I had to pay for this. And he's like, can you reimburse me the money? And if you guys are wondering what I mean by he needs stuff for college when he's in high school, I will give you an example. Oh, and Addie even picked the mug that said my name. It says Liz on it. Okay, so here's some examples. Because he applied to so many schools already, even though he just got accepted prior to Friday night, knowing he got accepted, he needed to pay for every application, and he applied to, like I said, about 5 schools. Then he needed to pay separate to transfer his SAT scores to them. And there was a test he had to take at school that was mandatory, that cost money, and just randomness like that. So that child has been nickel and diming me. And so, you know what I was thinking? I was like, this is the perfect opportunity. This is such a blessing. We have extra money to stuff this month because I need to put a whole wad of money into my children category so that I don't have to use the money from my buffer or put it on my credit card. So, which by the way, I do use my credit card, but I pay it in full every month, if not twice a month. So I never carry a balance or pay interest. I thought I would say that if you're new. So we are putting $1,000 in cash in this right now. So we're going to do 5 $100 bills. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then I hope I did this right. Why does it seem like I have so many hundreds left over? I know that's like a good problem, but I know I worked out the money. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 50s and 10 20s. And in case you're wondering, I don't mind showing you. I have a whole spreadsheet here, and then on this right here where it says 500s, 6 50s, and 10 20s. So I am just looking at a chart behind you. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And yes, we will count this up to make sure it is correct because I'm a little leery, or yeah, I think that's the word. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 500, 50, 600, 50, 700, 50, 800, 20, 40, 60, 80, 900, 20, 40, 60, 80, 1,000. So now I am all stocked for when Max needs something, and I'll stop, or senior class trip dues or whatever. I'll stop freaking out every time he needs a big chunk of money. So I'm so thankful for that. Now we're going to move on to Diego, and I wasn't going to do it in this video, but I will just tell you guys, I know that one of my yearly goals was to end it. The way I worded it was end the year with $5,000 in Diego's sinking fund. And I will turn it around so you can see his cute little face. Oh my gosh. So I did 2 binders, and that was, you know what? Let's just bring out the goals. You know what? Let's just do it. I know I can find it in like 3 seconds, so I'll be right back. Okay, that was not 3 seconds, but I found it. So let's just go ahead and look at this. So can you see the, yeah, it's all in frame. Perfect. Okay, so financial goals for 2024. End the year with $5,000 in Diego's sinking fund. So that meant right there that we have to end the year with it. So he is down to 4,000 because it was over 5,000 after we finished his 2 binders, but then it was a year of spending money, boarding him, vet appointments, when he was sick, medicine, vitamins, food, treats, you name it. I'm actually surprised we didn't spend more than 1,000. But anyway, because I said end the year, I thought it would be appropriate to add 1,000 to Diego's sinking fund. So that is what we're going to do. And again, just want to say I'm so thankful we're able to do this. And I've been budgeting for at least 25 years. So trust me, when I first started, I couldn't even have a category like that. So it takes time, but eventually you end up making progress and getting further ahead. So let's see. there we go. We're just going to use 10 of these because, again, this is going to go right back to the bank because we're going to do prop bills. But I thought it would be really boring if I did a cash stuffing with all prop bills. So maybe I should have. Maybe that would have been fun. I don't know. But 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. So we have 1,000 here. And then in the bank, we have 1, 2, wait a second. Yeah. You're right, because we're at 5, not 4. So 1,000, 2,000, 3,000, 4,000, 5,000. And I'm not counting this $2 D-Buck from Ren's dog Lupin. I'm just putting that in front. So Diego is back to 5,000, and I am so happy. So moving on, medical. Medical, we are adding 500 into. You can see I like round numbers, and that's how I did decide some of these by, okay. This is missing a prop bill. It's been sitting on my desk for like 2 weeks. I know it. It's right here. I took it out because I was going to go to the bank and take out the 500 because we had some medical things, but I never got to when I went to the bank, I forgot to do it. And so I didn't. And then I ended up using, I had money in my buffer that I ended up using for the medical stuff I needed that money for. So anyway, I always end up using my buffer, but I think you guys can probably attest to that too. So I forgot to put this 500 back in. So we do have 1,500 in the bank and we are adding 500. And it should be the last 5 $100 bills. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Oh, here's a funny story. So after Addie's game was all over, she said, Mom, and I'm in my boots and a winter jacket and stuff. And she's like, Mom, she's like, let's have like a face off. And I'm like, what do you mean? She goes, let's just each do one shot and see, who gets it in. So we each shot and I think we both missed, but I definitely missed. And then she goes, let's do one more. And I was like, okay. So I went behind the free throw line. She's like, wow, Mom, that's really far away. I'm like, yeah, that's where I do my best shots. And I'm not trying to be cocky, but I can usually swish a free throw. It's hard to say. And so but I didn't think I would or anything, but sure enough, it went in, even though I hadn't played for so long. And she was like, wow, Mom, that's impressive. And so then she tried it too. And I think she missed, but anyway, it was nice that I got to impress her. So that was kind of cool. Okay. So, and by the way, basketball was like my only sport I was good at. This is the last, wait a second. This is the last thing we're stuffing. Do we really have all this money here for this last category? All right, well, you know what? This is the last envelope, so I'm taking the rest of the money. And I'll put our candle back there. And let's see. Let's see if this is not 500. Let's see if this is 300. So 51, 52, 220, 240, 260, 270, 280, 285, 290, 291, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 300. Okay. Now, why I have a lot of different bills and why I have 1s and 5s and 10s is because now that I'm getting my nails done again, I decided to put that in my self-care category instead of in hair. Decided to leave hair separate because I always know how much I need in there. But anyway, I just thought it would be less confusing for me to do it this way. So what was already in here was 200. I don't want to recount this pile I just counted for you. So 300 plus the 200 we already had, that's at 500. And now I have smaller bills for my nails and things like that. And you know what? I know I have way too much, but I wanted it that way so I didn't have to worry about it and whatever. So we have stuffed all $5,000. And before I forget, I want to end the video by showing you my spreadsheet I made for you guys, for me, for all of us. And this basically shows the categories. It says previously, and this means what was the balance when I sat down and wrote that we'd be, well, I put, you guys, this says 11:15, not 12:15, but I promise you, I just forgot to change that to a 2. So seriously, that is 12. So that is for this month. And I did just forget to change that when I copied and pasted the columns. So this is the money that we added to each category. Sorry, no, it's not. Previously. So when I sat down a few days ago, I just went through each of my folders and went to the trackers and wrote down what it said I had. Then this column is what we added today. Here's our new balance. So for savings, you guys, and this is after paying my property tax bill, which had $3,000 in there, we have $33,770 in savings. So that just seems like Monopoly money. It doesn't seem like it's real to me. I don't know. I just don't know how that's possible. That's crazy to me how. So it says we're ahead by $2,648 this month compared to last month. But again, you know, we paid the property tax bill and stuff like that. I just still don't get it. Okay, so I guess some of it's from the IRA. So approximately $10,000 here in emergency fund, approximately $5,000 in IRA, and then $5,000 in Diego. So that makes up 20. And I guess the rest comes out to another 13,000. I just don't understand it, but these spreadsheets don't lie. So anyway, if you're baffled, I am too, but I'm so grateful. And that is really it for this video. So if you're still here, thank you so much for watching. I appreciate you guys so much. And I do always look forward to reading your comments. So I will see you there down in the comment section. Have a great day. Bye.